Are you looking for a better way to design your backdrops for your stage productions rather than using just flats? Well, guess what? I just might have the answer for you, so don't go away. Have you ever considered peristyles? What is a peristyle? Oh, it's easy. It's a three-sided structure that will rotate in a complete circle, and you can have as many peristyles as you like on stage. And you can put them together and make very large background scenes for your production. My daughter is a producer of our local youth theater and asked me, well, more like told me, hey, Dad, I want peristyles for our next performance. And being the great dad I am, I went to work on the dream of her peristyles. Peristyles are the solution if you're looking to get 3 different scenes on one structure. And by doing that, you can build multiple peristyles and put them together. Because they're going to be so lightweight after I build them, and so versatile, you'll be able to put multiple peristyles together to make large, beautiful background scenes. After researching, I found that peristyles are normally constructed from wood. But the issue is, wood is not cheap as it used to be. And since my daughter wants these peristyles to be 4 feet by 8 feet tall, we're talking a lot of weight if we build it out of wood, even if we use 1x3s. So the question is, how do you make it easy for setup and tear down? I think the solution is to make the structure out of something other than wood. How about PVC? So, time to do some research. And I searched high and low trying to find if anyone made a peristyle out of PVC, which be the easiest and the cheapest way to build it. And it would be a breeze to set it up because it's PVC, and tearing it down. Put the fittings together, put your pipe in, you're all set. So, what did I find out? I believe the reason no one makes them out of PVC is because nobody can find the correct fitting. Here's what the issue is. When you're working with PVC and you have to go on an angle, you need a 60-degree angle. There are no fittings in the plumbing industry that do 60 degrees. They'll do 45, they'll do 90s, but no one makes a 60-degree T fitting that we need, because remember, we're going to be making a triangle, so we have our triangle bottom, but then we have a piece that has to go up off the triangle. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Here is our dilemma. There's a triangle we need to make, and in each corner, we don't have anything that will connect those corners together. There is no fitting available. So now what is a father supposed to do to help her daughter? I really don't want to disappoint her or the kids who'll be performing. Yikes! Only one thing to do. Put on the old thinking cap and use some new school tools and invent the fitting using my 3D software and printer. And voila! We'll end up with a finished product. Let me show you. So I was able to design and make a 60-degree T that will work with the peristyle structure. Quite simple. It's a T, so we're going to have one PVC pipe coming out of here, another one out of the other side, and one straight up. Let me show you how I put it together. I'm using 1.5-inch PVC Schedule 40 piping that goes into my custom fitting. As you can see, fits like a glove. Now I'm going to back up here and show you how the T works. there's your join or your connector that'll go up to the 8-foot section. And here's a bird's eye view of what it looks like. You'll also notice that on the bottom of the fitting is a square looking piece that's part of the fitting. That's there for a purpose. The purpose being you're going to need to attach wheels. So I have made a spot right on there where you can place your wheels and screw them in. And speaking of screwing in, that's exactly how you will attach your fitting to the PVC piping. Do not use glue because you want this to come apart. So I've put screws in right there with nuts that hold it in. That all you have to do is just disconnect that and all the pieces will come apart. Easy peasy. I found the best screws to use are 2 3/4 inch number 10-24s. And you're going to need those as well as these 10-24 by 1/2 inch. Why you need 2 different screws is because these screws here are the 2 3/4. You're going to use 3 2 3/4, one here, and another one right up front here. The washer is not needed. I put that on originally to see if it was a requirement. You really don't need it. It's optional. Now that's 3 screws to hold in 3 pipes. These 2 are coming from underneath where the wheel is. So the 2 long screws are going to go through here to hold on the wheel, and they'll be inserted in 2 different spots, and they'll go directly through, all the way through the base of the wheel, through your fitting, through your PVC pipe, and then get bolted and nutted onto the fitting. The shorter screws, the 1/2 inch screws, are used for stability only. And you'll see when you put on your wheel that there's going to be 2 spots that are easily accessible. One will be here, right here, and the other one is inside and will be around approximately right about here. So you can easily drop the 1/2 inch screw, put the nut on, and secure the last 2 holes on your wheels. So the most important part of this whole project to make it actually work is that fitting. Because without these fittings, whether I make them in gray, or I make them in blue, or in black, or in purple, or whatever color I should decide, without these fittings, the structure will not work. Trust me, I've tried. I have boxes of PVC fittings that don't work. This had to be custom built, and I did it. So what's left? The walls. You have to put the walls up now on that structure that I showed you. So what I'm using for walls is going to be a 1-inch styrofoam board called Durospan insulation that I picked up at my local Home Depot. I will put Velcro on every point along my post. You'll have to sand this down to get any grit off of it so the Velcro will stick better, because I bought the adhesive type, and I'll put Velcro on one side and Velcro on the other, and that should hold the board up. And when I do that, believe it or not, it's also going to strengthen the structure. Not that it needs it, because it's pretty well tight as it is right now. Once the walls go up, or probably even before they go up, the kids will get them. They will put on the seam. They'll paint all the boards to the seams they need and line them all up. Once they're all painted and done, then we'll take the Velcro boards, stick them onto the structure, and they're ready for their show. They're ready to go. Good to go. Now, here's the best part about this and what I mentioned earlier. A couple of things to remember. One, they're lightweight. Two, they're easy to take apart. And when you're doing productions, you don't want to be spending the whole day building your set or tearing it down. You want to get in and out as quickly as possible. And I believe this is the great solution for that problem. Now, you're going to say, but where can I get those fittings? From me. I'm going to be selling the fittings as a kit. There'll be 6 fittings because that's what you need per Peristyle. I'll leave the information in this video. If you'd like to contact me, my contact information will be there. And I want to thank you all for watching today. And like they say in showbiz, break a leg. See you soon. Hey everyone, I thought I would do a update and also a installation or assembly video as part of the overall video to help everyone build their Peristyles that much quicker. So what I've done and what you will get when you order yours, I've created a manual as well. So if you don't have this video and it is listed in here where the YouTube video is located that you're watching, or you can bookmark it if you like. But the manual will come with it and it'll give you detailed instructions and tips on how to build your Peristyle. So without any further ado, let's get going. So what I've done is I have made it more versatile for our connector than the original connector. This one now allows you to run your PVC pipe all the way through. Why did I do that? 2 reasons. One, because now you have an adapter plate. This adapter plate for your caster will take the caster with 4 holes already pre-drilled, or if you decide to go with a spindle caster, like you find on an office chair, push it right in the center and you're good to go. Okay, the other reason, number 2, is because now if you would like to have this somewhere located in the center, let's say 4 foot down if you're doing an 8 foot tall structure, you can add additional supports without any trouble. I don't think it needs it, but I'll let you judge for yourself. Step 1 will be pressing in your caster plate into your 8 foot PVC piping. All you need to do is use a mallet, type lightly. Voila, it's in. You can now attach your casters directly to the plate with the holes that have been provided. One tip is make sure that when you do that, the one thing to keep in mind is you want the screw heads to go from the bottom to the top, so the nut ends up being on the bottom like this. And then all you'll do is just screw on or put on your nut like so, and you're good to go, and do the same thing on all 4 corners where the holes have been provided. The screws to use to hold the caster on are right here. They're number 10 by 24 by 1/2 inch. Once you put on the casters to your plate, you're never going to remove them again because that's going to be permanent. It's just a lot easier to keep it that way. So I've gone ahead and put all the caster plates on the 3 pieces that we're going to be using. Now, this is not a full-size Peristyle, it's a miniature that I'm putting together just for this presentation. So watch how easy it is to put this together. This would be your 8 foot pieces. These would be your 4 foot pieces. All you have to do, push them in. Now here's the trick when you push them in, watch this. Look inside. Do you see where the edge is? Oops, let's see if I can show you. There's a photograph in the manual of this too. But if you look here, you'll see where I've got it pushed to. That is the magic spot to put them in. Now you have adjustments that you can, if you want to make it longer, bring it out more, or whatever you like to do. I've also added pre-drilled holes in the fitting, so it'll make it easier for you to go through. And now you won't need to have such a long screw. So you could probably get away with a 2.5 inch screw with a wing nut. I'm suggesting a wing nut because that's quicker to spin on and spin off. Okay, so now that we have our piece and where we want it, then all you do is take this, your 8-foot length, and bring it through the top like that. Bring it down, spin your base so that it's the right direction. Just like that. Ta-da! And now attach the other pieces like so. Can you see that okay? Let's make sure you can see that okay. All right, there we go. And then I'm going to take this one, put it in here, stick this one over here. And if you have any problems, don't worry, it's easy to fix. You just have to maneuver it in a certain direction. Because they're not detached yet, it's easy to move them where you want. Plus, when you're working with 4-footers, trust me, it's a lot easier than with small pieces like this. Okay, so there we have it. There's your Peristyle. That is the bottom, because that's where the casters are. 3 more pieces. And all we do here is the exact same thing. We're going to push them back in the same way as we did the other one. And we're going to attach it again, just like this. Bang. One piece over here. And you can push them up higher, which is cool because then you don't have that issue when you're struggling trying to put it together. You have the room. You have the openings to use your fingers to set it up the way you want. And that should be it. There we go. In like flint. In like flint. There we go. Yepper, we're good. This one looks like it could be a little long, and that's the beautiful part about the way I designed this, is that it's so easy to make any kind of minor adjustments within the fitting itself, because you have that flexibility. And then what you're going to do is just bang, sit it on top. That's the top of your Peristyle. Okay. And now you can adjust it again, like I'm showing you. Push it up right there to its flush. So I like to keep this one flush to the top if I can. Okay. That'll give me the full length of what I need. My Peristyle is now done. The only thing missing are the feet, or sorry, the casters on the bottom for you to install. You'll also notice, like I said, the holes. All right, so now you can drill your holes as you go, put in your screw and your wing nut so everything is locked into place. And that's how simple and easy it is. Now, let me show you the finished product. There you have the 8-foot by 4-foot completed unit.